So yeah, spoilers obviously on this. So if you haven't, it's going to spoil the game for you if you haven't already tried it. If you haven't played this game, so don't. I mean, obviously, if you don't want to buy the game, you can watch me play it. This is probably going to be like a single playthrough type of game. So let's go ahead and start the game up and see what happens. I've been really interested to try this game out. So never. The end is never. The end is never. The end is loading never.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget.
I'm Stanley.
He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Okay, so I guess I should step out of my office. Can I click on anything?
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No.
It's true.
This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive.
Of course.
Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
Whoa, hey, whoa. So I'll leave. Okay. Can I go to 428? No. Can you do 2429? No. What's in there? It's like an office. It's like mine. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply
whoever
missed a
designed
memo.
this game didn't have
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
You know what it means, that all the co-workers aren't here. It means that they didn't have the money to create sprites for co-workers for me to look at, so... Ooh, I can turn that on and off. That's fun. Oh, apparently I can turn it off, and that's it. No, I can't turn it back on. We got papers on the floor. We got a white light. We can look outside, but there's really nothing out there. It's just white light. Let's see, there's 420. Hey, we want to go to that one. There we go, 420, huh?
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Oh, come on. Cereal? For cereal? Narrator?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Sure, I'll go to the one on my left. Why not? You told me to. That's what I am. I'm Stanley. I do what I'm told. I am Stanley. Stanley. But I do like checking these doors.
Yet
Sure.
there was not a single person here
Tips for
either.
not getting fired. Talk
Feeling
less.
a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Let a ball up inside you. Take it pass. Which one am I? Am I the one on the left? I guess I'm the one on the left. Maybe I'm the one in the green shirt. Number of slides on this slide. Charts on the slides. That's great. The same information. Graph per slide. Please no more charts, please, begging. Top 20 things you love the most about your boss. Conflict with another deal. Unless you're the kind of person that initiates conflict, why would we hire you? Whoa, hey, I wasn't done reading that. Plant life, spring break, hope. Metamorphosis, comatose. Okay, I guess I'm done with this. Is anything else in here? No. Okay, so we're going to go in here.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Sure, why not? You're telling me what to do, guy.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Why not? Let's go upstairs. Upstairs. Is it this one? No. Wow, this is kind of nice. Is it this one? Executive bathroom? I never get to use the executive bathroom. Like George Costanza. Okay. Huh. No? Okay. Here's an office.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Where? Where? Oh, over here, over here. I'm excited. I'm like a mouse in a maze. It just tells me where to go. Just tell me where to go. I'm going. This is actually surprisingly enjoyable so far. Still loading, still loading. Loading.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job.
But I'm still doing the same thing you're telling me to do.
When for years it had never occurred to him. This question would not go unanswered for long. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself.
Good question.
Did he have the strength to find out?
Or the understanding to... Oh, I guess we'll go this way, sure. Okay. I don't know if I want to do that. No, that doesn't make any sense. Said camera.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building,
Right.
Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
I forget what my employee number is now. What, 243 or something? I don't even know. Is that the same? Okay, so yeah. $243. I think that's me. 243.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
I guess. But I'm having quite a bit of fun, actually.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His
Those people
own
been
life
fired.
in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
This guy's very dramatic.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Would he? I don't think it's that bad so far. Make the noises. Ooh, big red button. Oh, come on. I can't hit the big red button? I can hit the little ones. What's what we got over here? Anything? No, not really. If I go down. Down here? Is this where the mind control happens? No? Okay. Power facility. Number 5. He's alive. Mind control idle, awaiting input.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation.
Sure, let's turn it off. I'll try to be a good guy, but I don't think that'll matter.
Blackness, and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone?
True.
How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold?
True.
But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness.